The spirit of a savage god. Gorkamorka is the two-headed god of the Greenskins. Long ago, Gorkamorka had a difference of opinion with himself, and split into two. His twin halves are now known as Gork and Mork. Bonesplitters revere him in all his different aspects, with savage beast hunts and strange rituals. Countless clans and tribes, as some of the most savage creatures of the mortal realms, worship Gorkamorka. Nearly all of them see him in a different way. To some, he is the apex predator that strides across the realms, preying on anything that moves. To others, he is the two-headed giant whose arguments cause the skies to rumble. To the Bonesplitters, he is the great hunter, the master of all beasts, whether they crawl, fly, or swim. They believe that every beast has a bit of the god's bestial rage inside it. Larger, meaner creatures have an extra helping of that power, making them even more dangerous. Driven by the visions of their prophets, the Bonesplitters seek to kill and eat beasts of every kind. Once a creature is slain, they claim the spirit of Gorkamorka from its bones, growing stronger and closer to their god as a result. Wergog prophets feel the spirit of Gorkamorka more acutely than other Orruks, and could see echoes of his godly aura writhing and roaring in the creature's bones, even when that creature is still alive. Using his strange powers, the prophet guides his warclans to where such beast spirits are plentiful, and thus begins the great green hunt of the Bonesplitters, and they can rage across entire realms before dissipating. Prides of snarling carrion lions, packs of flame-skinned salamanders, and herds of snorting grunters migrate before the advance of the Bonesplitter Tribes, lest their bones and pelts end up as spirit charms for the Orruks. Larger beasts have even more to fear, and griffins, magmadroths, and drakes often draw the attentions of large warclans. Once a creature is brought down by a warclan, it is swiftly reduced to meat, hide, and bone. Some boys even rip apart their enemy's cavalry beasts in the middle of the battle, just to be the first to get a shot of snapping off a rib or digging out a thigh bone. Bonesplitters know that the best bits of Gorkamorka's spirit are kept in a creature's bones and teeth, because those are its toughest parts. Once an Orruk has a good piece of his prize, he will bind it to his weapon, shove it in his belt, or even jam it through his flesh so he can benefit from its power. In addition to the bones they harvest, the Bonesplitters mark their bodies with crude tattoos depicting the creatures they have killed and the nature of the spirits they have consumed. As the spirit of the Warg comes upon them, these tattoos seem to thrash about with a life of their own. Other Orruks find this kind of thing unsettling, but for the Bonesplitters, this is the power of Gorkamorka at work, granting them a measure of the god's belligerent might with which to defeat their enemies. There are many reasons why an Orruk might hear the bestial call of Gorkamorka and wander off to join the Bonesplitters. Sometimes they get caught up in a warg as rampant greenskin energies sweep them along in a tide of violence with their fellow Orruks. When everyone else eventually comes back to their senses, they carry on acting like insane savages, running around, smashing things to bits, jumping up and down on corpses, and talking to their knuckles. Other times they might eat something odd that didn't like getting eaten, or perhaps they were bitten by a savage beast and the wound became really infected. Sometimes it is just that they stood outside in a storm and got zapped by lightning. Some greenskins maintain that a headbutt from a weird knob can fill an Orruk with the Warg spirit, but only if it's done really hard, and it might take a few tries. Whatever the reasons, once the Warg takes hold, these Orruks are forever changed, their eyes opened to the great savage spirit of Gorkamorka in a way that other Orruks just can't understand. Even so, some Orruks try to become a Bonesplitter rather than waiting to be called. This could be because they want to get closer to their god, or maybe because they have heard all about the fighting the Bonesplitters get up to, and decided joining them sounds like a good idea. In the end, though, no amount of headbutting boulders or standing in the rain can hurry the call of Gorkamorka.